celebrate this fantastic stadium, bubbling up. A wonderful occasion here, the cup final, the first of the pair, as you said. We've got another treat next week, but the pressure is on Roma today. Will they come through this? Because I tell you what, Phil, they have been playing like lightning bolts. Adriano saying his Hail Marys here before he starts his war games. We are in for a humdinger. If it's half as good as the league game, we'll be up for a real firecracker.
Massimiliano Saccani checking, appears to like what he sees, and we are underway. Inter Milan, the Serie A champions, looking to add a cup to its line in what has been one of the more successful years in Inter's recent history. Going without Zlatan Ibrahimovic, she's gone for the year. In fact, Maicon, a little bit of a surprise addition here today. Ball quickly down the line from the home side, deflected in front to Dai. Blast through the middle, and it's just under Totti's feet.
And Totti it was that started it, dropping back to the midfield to prompt that one. To die a bootlace away from opening the score in the first 30 seconds.
Mancini to the middle, but it's cleared to midfield. Again, 3-1 just 2 weeks ago to delay the title. And Roma looking good. Totti with the goal! 53 seconds in!
We said it would be a Chinese firecracker. Well, it's been lit. And it goes crackerjack wild. Totti opens the score in descent. The Romanistas absolutely delirious. Spalletti's probably the coolest man in here. What a start. Very lax defending, it's got to be said, by Inter Milan. He warned them. They were coming thick and fast in the first 20 seconds. And then here they come again. Pull back, beautifully controlled. Spank, close down to the ground. Toldo's got no chance. Rapier shot by Totti.
Tadai doing the good work again. And again, it wasn't a true square. Just that little change in the angle to drop it back a yard or two. And a brilliant run from Totti to delay the run. Found the gap, and he knows what to do with it when he's that close. Well, again, if Inter was thinking that Roma was going to play this as a 180-minute game, they were sorely mistaken. Here's Cubo again playing out on the flank, while the more versatile defenders for Roma. Ferrari will be in the middle with Meshes today, and Cubo off to the left. He does like to push up, and he's got a pretty good cross on the ball. Could cause some problems for Maicon.
I tell you, there must be hundreds of thousands of people just going to the refrigerator now, letting the first few minutes of this game start before they come back and settle down with the Peronis in front of them. Well, look at that scoreline. Unbelievable start for Spalletti's team.
A little push from behind and foul against Crespo. They might have wanted to wait for the Sambuca till halftime.
Well, he said right at the preview, this team is not scared of all the Galacticos of Inter Milan, who have never lived up to their name as well as they have this year, with all of the wealth of international talent that he has on call.
Marotta taken down. You can see, looks like Mancini thinks they're too compact. Wants them to spread out just a little bit.
Well, they are going for a hat-trick of Italian Cups. 3 consecutive Cups is what Inter Milan are after. That will set a new record. Nobody's ever done that in the history of Italian football. They've got a bit of a steep uphill battle ahead of them now if this astonishing first 3.5 minutes is anything to go by.
And again, hear the fans as though they needed any more reason to celebrate. An early evening affair. Oh, can you imagine the pubs and restaurants around the Olympic Stadium should Roma be able to close out with a victory here today? It won't be easy. And again, second leg, Giuseppe Meazza talked about a little bit earlier, but a two-legged affair makes for a totally different cup philosophy.
And as you said, Phil, this game being moved up to a 6 o'clock local start. With the new National Observatory, as they call it, looking down on, after all of the riots that's taken place, to look at this as a level 3 risk game.
Ball blasted from Totti and did not miss by much. Toldo sprinting over to the side. It's deflected and it's going to be a corner kick.
He started off way deeper, and I think that really threw off Inter Milan.
It's a handball.
Totti dropping back right from the kickoff, not to take his regular position up front as the real point man, but dropping off and allowing Tadai to lead the lane.
Ball blasted back post. Oh, it's again! The ball deflected. Meshes with the volley, and I think it might have been Totti again. Let's take a look. But Toldo's beaten twice in the first 5 minutes.
He's got no chance at this. It's absolutely rattled home.
They're going to put Meshes, but he had the volley, and it was deflected. Let's take a look. It's De Rossi with the goal.
He gets a touch. Is it going in? It's certainly not. Meshes' hammer blow is just driving wide, and De Rossi angles it instinctively, beautifully past poor Donny, who was at no chance with either goal. Meshes goes disco. He's been compared to the great French defender Laurent Blanc, and I see a lot of comparisons in him. I told you at the start of this game, this kid is absolutely one of the great world central defenders. Great technical ability as well, rather than just being an authoritative defensive man. This man on the ball, Laurent Blanc, beautiful Meshes.
A lot of people saying he has the potential. In fact, a lot of people, I don't say they're writing him off, but they thought he would already be considered the best defender on the planet by this point.
He should have went to France, shouldn't he, with Domenech, is France's World Cup in 06 to Germany, and that was astonishing that Meshes was, which denied Totti pulling out the coffee house tricks here. It's a lovely hit across the goal. It's hopeful more than anything, but he's got to take a stab at it. He's clean, but De Rossi is the one that gets the little dagger blade out to push it home.
Ball lofted in front. Again? Could it be 3? Wonder what Brian McBride is thinking. Of course, De Rossi.
Look at the defending.
Making him famous. Here's another shot. Toldo stands it up and shuts it down. Back to the middle. Perotta backheels it for Totti.
Absolutely statuesque defending by Inter Milan. Mancini's got to be just shaking his head, scratching it and pulling his hair out, because the white shirts have been absolutely rocked by these 2 goals. Look at him. Poor fella, the way it started out for his boys. At the back, Cordoba, Maxwell, Materazzi just all at sea.
Well, De Rossi was a player who elbowed Brian McBride and earned the red card. Many thought that had written Italy's hopes off. But he came back towards the end and was an integral part of the Azzurri. And again, the play you see here today, one of the reasons why that play against McBride is so against his character. Here he's showing some of the ability that many have predicted he might be the best midfielder in Italy, let alone in Roma.
Being completely down to Roma. The white shirts just literally haven't put 2 passes together. His team been so far on their heels, they haven't been able to just get any response together. And it's incessant. Here they come again.
Tadai, the Brazilian.
Look at the space again.
It's in the middle for Perotta. He and Totti end up missing on the ball.
He cannot believe his eyes. A shambles, Inter Milan. Mancini really's got to look to his captain to pull this on together and really get the guys and get the whip out and say, come on.
De Rossi tackles it into touch. Against Stankovic and Zanetti playing on the flank. Here's Adriano. Rolls it back. Zanetti pushed forward. Adriano leaves it for Maxwell. Back for his fellow Brazilian. Pizarro showing some defensive fortitude.
Skill. Great skill.
For a big man, that's why many think he might have been the best forward Brazil's produced, including Ronaldo and Ronaldinho, but it hasn't quite worked out that way. Totti and Zanetti getting tangled. And we are in the 10th minute. Roma with 2, and they should have 4.
Really.
Ball back down into the corner. Luis Figo against Kivu. Gets the cross. And an easy grab for Doni. Quickly thinking upfield on the attack. 2 Brazilian goalkeepers in attendance here today. But as it's the Cup, and as Julio Cesar already has his hardware, Roberto Mancini going with the veteran Toldo, you would have to have a heart of coal. Ball in front for the veteran. To blame Toldo for either of those 2 goals, the 10 guys in front of him might as well have been training cones. Here's Adriano again, De Rossi. Now it's Messias' turn. Adriano tripped up.
Messias certainly reaching in from behind. Adriano's skill and great bulk getting in the way of Messias. Pulls the blade out from the side and through Adriano. Figo, of course, playing in probably his last game for the great Inter club before he takes off for his wealth of shekels.
More than 50,000 spectators in attendance here today.
This man on the ball will want to go out with a bang. He's got the championship already tucked away in his pocket, but the double would mean something special, and a man of Figo's stature deserves to go out with a real top-class performance.
Ball blasted up. Did it deflect off an arm? No, says the referee, and Doni will roll it out. About 15 seconds in, the ball just skimmed under Perrotta as he was wide open at the back post. Couldn't get anything out of it. They go to a corner kick. And
great ball.
Ball here from Tadai just wide of the post. He has been the man involved in just about everything so far.
Cheeky effort this from the Brazilian. Tried to just chip Toldo.
Again, Tadai.
Brave effort, wasn't it, Phil?
Absolutely. The player who rolled it in front that Perrotta missed came back, did it again. Totti did not. And then from the corner, Messias' volley a little off target. That looked more of a shot than a pass, but it turned into a brilliant assist as De Rossi was wide open to tap home for 2 in the 5th.
Well, you're right. Tadai has been really the spark that has lit this fire for Roma. One of the best signings of the season by Spalletti, coming over from Siena, of course. Tadai, he's in again.
Tadai looking,
good ball.
Drops it. Perrotta leaves and slammed above the bar by Mancini.
Just needs to angle this one down. He gets too far under, sends it high, wide, and way over. But again, beautiful ball here by Tadai. Dummied over, and it's just rashly hit.
But again, think about this. Mancini is the left wing, and he's coming over into the right channel to take that shot. And again, that's the brilliance of the system of Luciano Spalletti. He does not have the prototypical forward. He doesn't have a prototypical wing. What he does have is 6 very good attackers, and he puts them all out there at once.
Well, I tell you, and their strength is their weakness as well. It's amazing because the way this Roma team plays, such full of pace and verve and wonderful skill. When they are on, they are as good as anybody in the world. Manchester United showed when they are off, it just all falls apart for Spalletti. It's one of those things, his men, when they are on song, they are literally unstoppable, and they are on today.
Here's Pizarro. Haven't seen much from him, but he has been a magician this year. Perrotta and Mancini. Mancini tripped up, but keeps his feet. Here's Pizarro again. Takes the shot, and Toldo there. Again, only in the 14th minute, and Toldo has had to pick the ball up out of his net twice and had to stop 2 good opportunities.
Well, remember, the revenge factor is huge for Roma. They were embarrassed the last 2 years in the cup final by this exact team. their own professional pride, the real great belief that has been built into the fans through Spalletti's brilliant tactical coaching. It all comes down to these two legs, and they are so determined to wipe out the last 2 years, Roma.
Get up, Saccani says. And the Coppa Italia, the Team Cup, TIM, the ubiquitous cell phone company from around the world, the big sponsor throughout Italy, and they're getting their money's worth. I guarantee you, the cell phones were buzzing in Olympic Stadium just 30 seconds in.
47-year-old Spalletti there, arguably the top tactician in Serie A last season, when he helped put that team together and that went on that brilliant record-breaking 11-game winning run. Remember that? Those sorts of performances. Everybody around the peninsula were just staggered by the type of pace and fizz Spalletti's team played with. Look, he's in again.
In! Goal number 3!
There's that pace, there's that fizzle, and there's a man that is delirious. Perotta it is that angles this under poor Toldo again. Oh!
Mentioned Kivu likes to push up, and he did that time, and Inter did not have the answer, and Roberto Mancini has had better days at the office.
Perotta's pace, release of the ball here, right into him, angles it perfectly. Kivu supplies it, perfection, finish, red carpet pass. The coach just cannot believe it. Astonishing 3-0 scoreline, Phil, and we've said it could have been a couple more. Inter are just frozen in suspended animation here.
Here's Totti fighting through, does it again, but a hard tackle knocks it wide. Maxwell and Materazzi are scrambling on this flank, and they're not going to get there. Materazzi finally deflects it off Tadai and out for another corner. In case you thought the win that delayed Inter celebrations was a fluke, this gives you an idea of what this race could have been like.
The pace of Kivu streaking through that midfield of Inter was just astonishing.
Kivu deflected, spins away from Toldo. Did it go out?
No.
Well, first, it was the Roman gladiator Totti just 53 seconds in. Then the man who many people think will be the one who takes over the leadership of this team when Totti finally hangs it up, Daniele De Rossi, scoring in the 5th minute. And then the kid from Ashton-under-Lyne near Manchester, Simone Perotta, who I guess you'd call him the Giuseppe Rossi of England.
Well, there was another big man born in Ashton-under-Lyne called Sir Geoff Hurst, the hat-trick hero of England. And whatever it is in the water at Ashton-under-Lyne, they're doing well. He's a long way from there now, Phil. He went to a school called St Anne's Primary School. They still remember him. And he is signed through 2010, so he's in it for the long haul here, Perotta.
Roma has not won this trophy since 1991. And they're about to end a decade and a half of a drought. But again, Giuseppe Meazza could be a different story. 18th minute, it's 3-0, and here's Tadai again.
Oh, look
Soft
at this
chip for Mancini.
They're just standing off them. They're just watching Inter Milan. And there's no urgency. He cannot believe it. This is astonishing.
That's kind of like one of those things. Oh, we showed up. You mind playing the game?
Really? Mancini might as well have just thrown 11 white shirts out there today for the first 20 minutes, because that's what they've been. They've been empty shirts. And Mancini, for all his tactical astuteness, will be roasting them at half-time.
And there's Meshes. The rock in the back as Adriano finds out. And I know you alluded to it. Man U fans are still probably singing 7-1 in the pubs this morning.
Yeah, that was a complete dismantlement. As we said, There's one little wheel off of Roma's performance. It just does affect the entire team, and that's what happened at Old Trafford on that night. And Old Trafford snowball just rolled downhill.
Maicon forward for Figo, poor pass.
Oh yeah!
It's returned for Crespo. The flag up, or is Inter back in? Mancini says that's the way you do it. And a goal for Hernan Crespo, and it's a 2-goal margin.
Well, it's a goal fest here, and this is where I said to you, man, he's got to get his captain, and he's got to tell them white shirts, and that's exactly what Mancio's doing. They were getting Zanetti over and saying, no, come on, wear the armband proud and get at these guys down the throat. That's his ambassador. It's a poor back pass. He gets Crespo off to the races. It's a lovely, sweet delivery by Hernan. Lovely finish by the Argentine.
So how does Roma react? Mancini switched, but no one's there. Mancini and Tadai have switched fields now. So, Bertoldo.
You see poor Pizarro getting caught in possession, and then he was just a spectator, and Crespo, being the werewolf that he is, pounces, draws blood.
But think about this also, it was a bad pass from Figo to Maicon on the give and go. Pizarro just had no idea Crespo was there.
Yeah.
Here they come again. Flag down again. Maicon the chip back post. And a glancing header by Panucci surrenders the corner kick. Well, they're playing like champions now. Inter Milan, they took 3 to the chin, but they're fighting back. 21 minutes in, and we have 4 goals headed away, barely.
Good, great camera work though there by our man, seeing that Mancini pulled his captain over, and that's his representative. That's the one who takes it onto the field for the boss. And the first opportunity Mancini got, he pulled him over and really let him know to get down the throat of his men.
Blasted by Figo, cleared away by De Rossi. Pizarro can't control, and it's out to the far flank. Lupi Zanetti coming to the middle. Still giving him too much space. Back for Stankovic. Over for Maicon. Roma, did they take their foot off the gas pedal, or did Inter finally find it?
See Mancini again, he's urging them to play the ball quicker. He wants his team to get into rhythm. They haven't strung these many passes together the entire 20 minutes. This is Mancini type of football. Roma, of course, allowing them, soaking it up. Look how far they drop back. Totti leading the line of defence, and he's 10 yards inside his own half. Being anonymous, stand the man.
Kivu with the throw. Maicon doing his best Edwin Moses impersonation. Massimiliano Saccani trying to calm things down. Midway point has been reached of leg number 1. Pizarro back out to the flank. Tadai back on the right, but he mishandles it, and Maxwell steals it away. Crespo from midfield. Figo, smart play. Stankovic. Figo again. The give and go with Crespo. Through for Adriano, who had peeled to the right.
Yep. Good play by Figo, linking it up nicely, and as you said, Phil, just on the wrong page there with the hit man up front. Adriano went left, should have went right.
Coming away with it again. Off to Decor, and the Frenchman filling in for the other Frenchman, Vieira, who is back in action, played 15 minutes last week and was one of the stars in the Super Cup. Zanetti draws the foul and quickly pops up. Here's Stankovic. Maxwell on the flank. Is this a case? Ball deflected wide of Roma catching its breath at the wrong time. because they're in danger of letting Inter forget just getting a goal, but get back in this. If Inter scores again,
it's impossible to keep that sort of pace and tidal wave assault that Roma did, Phil. The 3 goals up, you cannot expect them to completely keep that sort of assault up, but it was a matter of time before Inter Milan woke up from their stupor.
Mesha striding in towards the attack. Gets past one. Gets a little greedy. Ball bounces off Zanetti. Back for Pizarro. Look how deep Pizarro's playing. Totti. De Rossi. Tadai. Early cross. This one well covered by Materazzi. Quickly down for Adriano, and he's tripped up. No call. Fans wanted a yellow for a dive. Mancini. And the beautiful music begins. Brazilian against Brazilian, chipped into the middle. And Luciano Spalletti, his heart broken on that one. Good ball, onside Crespo. Lifting it long, but too far. Looked like he was half a mind with a shot, half a mind with a cross, and no mind at all in the end result.
Thought he was going to just drive on to the lane here. He would have, there's that hesitancy. And then the chance goes, he goes for the supply at Adriano, but this position here, he should have been driving to the lane and touching it past the last defender there. Good reach in. Nope. I think he may have a point. Is this fair? Maybe not.
Totti, wait for the whistle, says Saccani. Massimiliano Saccani in the middle. Simone Perondini on the near side. Giorgio Nicolai, you can see him in the yellow on the far flank. And Christian Brighi, the 4th official here today. Figo still has it, and he's getting a chance to show it here. Ball blasted through. Hits 2 players, but who did it come off of? Looks like it is off of Inter, Maxwell, and out for a throw-in for Roma. Totti likes that ball at his feet.
Struggling with his injury though as well, Totti. It's a brave performance by him because he's got this chronic back complaint that he hasn't been able to shake off all season. But he wasn't going to show up today with anything less than 100% commitment. Of course, the idol of idols in Roma's, dare I say, Roma's history. There won't be another one like Totti. Walks on water at this club. He's had a season to remember as well.
Ball deflected. Toldo was diving, but a late call still in the area. And finally, Materazzi slams it forward. Maicon. Figo. Foul, says Pirondini on the near side.
There was once upon a time the referees would have allowed that, but not anymore.
Well, breaking out to a quick 3-0 lead, but the seesaw starting to tip. Figo. Good ball. Looked like Adriano was held and wrestled to the ground.
Certainly. Arms around Adriano. You could see that wasn't a flop around there. He was actually getting pulled down to the deck.
Stankovic. Back post. Cleared away. Actually, Zanetti with the cross. but not far enough on the clear. Maicon lifts for his own volley.
Donny comes for it, just doesn't quite get enough of his fist on it, but he got enough.
Here comes Mancini. Tadai plays it back to Rossi. Pizarro. De Rossi looking high. Looking long down the right for Totti.
Great ball. And delivered.
Good ball for Mancini. The drop back was there, but Mancini went for the shot. Launched in front. Loose. It's there for 4. Mancini makes no mistake from 10 yards out.
It's Totti again, who was at the start of this, prompting it from that deeper, wider position. It's a wonderful tactical move by Spalletti, who's pulled his diamond boy out wide and out deep. He's at the start of this, and it's down that side again. They are attacking Materazzi like they're going out of style here. This is wonderful fashion football. A lovely steered ball in. Toldo cannot handle it. It drops for Mancini. Punches it home. Celebrates. Thank you.
A huge goal that. Because the tiebreaker is away goals. So you score 3, and if Inter had come back and scored 2, that means all that Inter would need at home is a 1-0 or a 2-1 victory, and they would be champions for the 3rd year on the trot. But now it's a 3-goal margin again. Figo.
Oh, yeah.
A slip by Kibu.
He pounces in.
Oh, and good cover, but Figo gets it back. Volleyed out by Meshes. Figo with the left.
Again, too heavy.
Crespo a late start. And Figo missed him. And you know, the knowledgeable prediction for this game was a 0-0 or a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, the bookmakers will be happy. Nobody could have predicted the first half hour would have 5 goals. And as you said, Phil, the Sambuca will be already pouring down the throats of those lads and lasses. There's been a white-hot start. And Totti, look at this, very close game. I'm not so sure about that. It's the pace that Roma has played with. It's been that they haven't dwelt on the ball. They've been pinging it around quickly, and then there's been that jackrabbit type pace. Wonderful greyhounds from the midfield. Just they've been catching into Milan continually. And Mancini, you could see him in the first minute. He was irate as all hell. He knew, he could smell it a mile away. His boys did not come out of the traps at all.
Beautiful work by Panucci. The vice-captain rolls it through for Pirotta. Pirotta tripped up just outside the area. Cordoba can't believe it. Take a look here. Cordoba might have an argument. The ball came off of him, and then Pirotta went down, unless you see Pirotta grabbing the back of his head. Maybe he was encouraged.
He just caught the back calf of Dacor, I believe it was.
And a yellow card on Dacor.
Because I think Dacor's he's got a point. He didn't do anything. He really didn't. The player went to try to get his feet, and he caught him right around the calf. We saw that in replay. Unlucky, Oliver. Oh, this is danger territory here for number 10. These are the ones he practices till the moon goes to sleep.
Pizarro there, De Rossi as well.
This is all Totti.
Straight on, and that should be a yellow card. That has to be. see what happens now.
Take two.
Totti.
Oh, just
Misses wide of the left post.
it's a blur for Toldo. Got no idea where it's going. Rifles this one through. Great technique. Lifts off it. Hammer. It's inches wide, Phil. You want more?
Figo.
Great tackle.
Carlotta.
Oh, no.
Dangerous play. The arm comes up.
Figo saying he came through with his cleats. Perotta, he cannot believe it. Former Empoli player, Spalletti. What do you think?
Cleats were showing, but they weren't pointed to Figo. They got the ball, and now Totti taken out. Although Decor got the ball.
Came through the back to get the ball though.
Zaccani calling it tight. Tadai has been quiet over the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's not done anything since he scored the first 3 goals by him. Ooh.
Toldo holds on for dear life.
Tadai absolutely involved with all of the opening salvos for Roma. Sharp again, Totti.
Figo looking to marshal the forces. Mancini thought they were back in it.
Colosseum's just a few miles away down the road, of course. And his team, Mancini's, are getting thrown to the lions here in this stadium.
Launched up and over. Well, few Inter fans making the trek down from the north. Donny clears. Good play. Cutting across to steal it away. Ferrari, and now we'll get it back. Adriano and Donny, no problem. He might be the best goalkeeper in all of Italy. The guy sitting on the bench for Inter might be the only one that could challenge. Dida, ironically, another Brazilian, playing much better this year than last, but showed he was human down the stretch. Here comes Rodrigo
nice
Tadai.
pass.
Disguises,
Beautiful football.
dummied. Back post Mancini, but it doesn't get there.
Eyes in.
Stolen away.
Wonderful imaginative football there by Spalletti's man. Tadai. Beautiful hit ball into the heart of Inter Milan's defence. Sweet dummy over the top. Telepathic understanding. And again, got fouled. Leon says the ref.
Rolling it back to Pissarro. The give and go. And a good lunge and reach in. by Zanetti wins it back for Inter. Here's Crespo. 7 minutes left. Kibu behind the play. De Rossi covering. To the middle. Zanetti switch.
Well, his club, he cannot blame the boys for coming into this game out of form. They were impressive at the weekend.
Adriano stripped away Pissarro. Mancini, and a player is down. Referee hasn't stopped it yet. Tadai getting up slowly.
Mancini's men won 1-0 at Messina. There's a great preparation for this game. Roma winning at Palermo as well. You talk about a place to go under pressure, and they performed tremendously well, winning 2-1. So both teams coming in here at the top of their form, first and second, of course, in the league standings. but there's been a gulf between them in this first half so far, and Mancini is going to have to call on all of his resources to get this ship back to square.
Totti keeps it in. Perotto wants it. Drop back for De Rossi and stolen away. Cordoba to the near side, Maicon. Maxwell brings it down. Crespo back to the midfield. Figo.
A wall of shirts, 2 lines, 2 ranks of red shirts in front of them. There's nowhere through for Inter.
Good ball, Stankovic. Volleyed off the post. Maicon drops. But was Maicon offside? No flag, and here comes Mancini.
Stankovic finds a way through, though. Lovely first touch by Stan the man, and the goalkeeper's friend saves Donny this time. Stankovic taking the responsibility on himself there, not looking for an extra white shirt. His judgment was just an inch away from being deadly for Roma.
Crespo stripped by Tadai, play on. Now Totti tangles. Stankovic to Figo.
Oh, nice.
Figo. Figo tries to go through the legs of Meshes.
Brilliant defending, wonderful attacking play by Luis Figo, but Meshes read him like a nursery rhyme book. Right in front of him, he stood him up, he didn't dive in, he didn't buy all of the shake and bake of Figo. Superlative by the Frenchman.
4 minutes left in the first half. And a foul against Inter. Well, Saccani, pretty close to a perfectly reffed game so far, letting him play, but calling the dangerous stuff. And here, how close it was to a second for Inter. Panucci leaves it off, and he'll get it back from Pizarro. Tadai makes the run, ball in front, deflected, and that was on target. Perotto almost had a fifth. Toldo 4 saves and given up 4 goals. Well, he hasn't played a lot this year with Julio Cesar, the favorite of Mancini, but he's got a lot of action here today. Maicon gets it back as Figo leaves it. Crespo, look how deep they're playing. Figo. Figo again. Maxwell launches in. It's loose, but a push from Crespo opened the doors. Ferrari went down.
And I'm not challenging the call, certainly pushing off on Ferrari. Well, he's got some severe words waiting for his boys in white, and I tell you who will be right alongside of him, spitting out verbals like Mussolini at the balcony, will be Mihailovic, his assistant. He's the one who really will let the boys hear it, full-blooded. And we'll see what the response is in the second half.
Mancini to the middle. Left and right help. Takes it himself, deflects away, tries to win it back. Pizarro steals. Spins from Cordoba. And the cleats up from Pizarro. Less than 1 minute in, Totti from Tadai opened the scoring. In the 5th minute, De Rossi capitalized on a strong shot from Meshes to tap it home. Perotto in the 16th, but then Crespo started the comeback, taking a poor back pass from Pizarro and rolling it past Donny. But then 10 minutes later, Mancini put Roma back in command. It's 4-1 as we head to the final minute of first half play. Ball to the outside for Panucci. Tadai in the middle. Gets it there. Tadai lifts, drops Pizarro. Back for the Brazilian. Into the corner, Panucci. Rolls it. Perotta let it go, thinking that he would have help from Totti. Here comes Stankovic. Will Inter get a second before the break? Good run. Stankovic. Doni out. It's not a penalty. It's a foul, it looks like, as Kivu got impeded.
Stankovic reaching in from behind here through Kivu. Sliding in, at least battling and challenging there. Other than that one real good, accurate hit by Stankovic, he's been pretty much subdued and in the shadows, but you could say the same of Figo and Oliver Dacour. The real creators have been truly missing in action, not supplying Crespo and Adriano with anything. But I think what Roberto Mancini will really be critical of the boys in white is how long it took them to start finding each other and just passing the ball quickly to one another. They weren't allowed to do that, though.
Donadoni.
Right from the first moment, they weren't allowed to get into stray by his team. Roma were just all over them, threw them right off rhythm. So you could say it was as much as Roma's spectacular ability to stuff it down the throat, as much as it was of Inter Milan just playing in molasses.
Panucci off to the flank. Into the final minute. Totti holds and drops. De Rossi one touch. Mancini. Tadai. Tadai turns. Deflected for the throw. Will they get it in time? And the answer is no. But what a first half at the Olimpico. 4-1 Roma at the break. And we've still got another half to go in the first leg of the Coppa Italia final. And returning to the Olympic Stadium. Yeah, he scored 52 seconds in. As the Coppa Italia, almost an unbelievable start. And for Toldo, fortunate that there's another 45 minutes plus 90 next week. Something we were talking about during the break, Ray. Materazzi might have been the hero in the World Cup and in many ways through this entire Serie A campaign. But obviously Luciano Spalletti thinks he's the weak point. A lot of the attacks have come down the right.
Certainly the 33-year-old Materazzi, Matrix as he's called, got really twisted around feverishly in that first half. 22 goals to his name, Phil. Totti, 23 now. But that team getting together in white really got to get their defensive bearings back together.
So just moments before the start of the second half, and a little surprise here. You wonder whether Mesias might have gotten hurt on one of those collisions.
Must have.
Cassetti coming in, and Mesias out, so Cassetti will join Ferrari along the back line, or he might actually go out to the flank and allow Kivu to slide back to the middle. Ball forward for Adriano. Give and go with Crespo. That's the only change, and here comes Perotta, who actually had 3 good chances in the first half to add to Roma's lead, including one from inside of 2 yards, and he just couldn't turn it towards the net.
Well, the dictate for Inter Milan now, I can assure you from the words of Mancini, will be find each other more regularly, more often, keep the ball flowing, and play with a lot more urgency and a lot more sprightliness. But they've really got to just get into that rhythm that Inter Milan has been renowned for, that workmanlike, wear you down type of football, not dwelling on the ball, and they need to start running off the ball way better than what they have in that first half. It's the only hope, the only way out for Inter.
Meanwhile for Roma,
I don't know if they can change their style, Phil. Under Spalletti, as we said, they only play one way, but he does draw them nicely back when they do lose possession into two big solid ranks, as we've seen here, and you'll see when the camera goes up, there's that two lanes. That they're not a team that really presses the ball heavily onto you. When you've got possession, they really force you to find a way through the close-knit type of defence that they are. Yeah,
ball
you
across
see
the
again,
end
the
line.
spacing for Spalletti's men is always very, very good. And they leave the one man up front more often than not. But they're not a high-pressuring type of team.
Trying to figure out what they might have done with a substitution. Figo swinging it long. Totti tries to grab it but can't. Back for Figo. Figo cleared away. Cassetti's only played on the left side once this year. Of course, that was in their last game against Palermo. Tarai forces the retreat briefly. Maxwell finds Maicon. Adriano back. Takes the long blast, and Donny caught by surprise.
I think everybody was. This is a good save. Adriano, beautiful hammer blow from distance. This is a great strike, and that's going in the net. I tell you what, Donny's fortunate it doesn't take a little bounce before his hands there, or else that could have really found its way and been a lot more difficult for him to deal with. Good start by Inter.
Figo off the service. Headed up and over the bar by Big Adriano.
Lovely ball in, nicely attacked, and it angle it down, get over it and punch it towards Donny's goal.
Donny taking his time, although looks like he might be grabbing his shoulder. He was leaning towards his right and had to dive back to his left to get there.
Yeah, I really felt it. He took it a real hard fall on it, Phil. As you said, he had to get over really urgently, and really fling himself at that stinger from Adriano, and he's certainly pulled something. Not happy at all.
Kivu coming over. Little smile on his face, so Donny can smile about it, so it's not that tremendous of an injury, but it might force the change. Corsi, the backup keeper. Recoba warming up. And again, if they don't need to get 3 goals here. Remember, away goals count, so every goal they score here might be enough to help them lift the trophy for the 3rd time.
I think this man will be making an appearance very, very soon. He's just the ideal type of player to come in and start knitting the game together, which I said at the earlier part was missing. There's that real stretch by Donny that really extended that left joint up inside his shoulder, opened it up, probably just tweaked it. Gonna try to fight through it. Give the substitute goalkeeper a little bit of time to warm up.
With Inter knowing that, they have to get this ball back and try and get a couple of shots off.
Right.
And for Roma, they have to hold on to possession. Forget even really challenging for a shot unless it's wide open. They just need to keep the ball away, and here is Vieira. Corsi, by the way, has only played in 10 games this season. He also, again after the title had already been lost, played against Palermo last week.
He may not be the most adventurous attacking footballer on Inter Milan's book, Patrick, but he will link it all up. He will provide that sort of calming influence and be the glue of this team and hopefully suck them all back together again.
Now the other thing that this could do is allow Decor to push up a little bit more and you have Figo and Decor, or make that Vieira and Decor, either one able to step up into the middle.
Yeah.
Ball blasted and cleared away. Pizarro can't find his target.
Patrick having an early involvement, punching this away with that lovely head.
Totti holding off Materazzi. Wasn't that long ago they were on the same team, lifting a trophy. Now they're going against each other again. Ball slips away, and again it's Cassetti who is playing in an unfamiliar left back position. So Kivu has slid in alongside Ferrari in the center. Totti tangles up with Maxwell, and he's whistled. Maxwell, Crespo, did he keep it in? Yes. De Rossi pushes it forward. Good move by Maxwell. Pass off to Crespo, acrobatically keeps it alive. Stankovic. Here's Maicon against Cassetti. They're going at the youngster. Drops it back. Vieira, his first touch on the offensive side. Short, and Ferrari clears. Here's Totti. Gets to the middle. Mancini got tangled. Gets tumbled. Good chance here is to die back on the left-hand wing. Back for Pizarro. Like to see more from him.
Look out.
And this might be
Great
it.
Ball.
Fighting to get around Cordoba. It's off of Cordoba and out, but was there a foul? Make some noise, says Pizarro.
Cordoba claiming the foul is against him. Not so sure. There seemed to be a bit of give and take. Lovely, lovely football. Give and go by Pizarro.
Fourth corner.
Colombian doing enough to deny this man.
Ball blasted in. Header! Well, there's Pizarro. Or is it Cassetti? The double seven.
Pizarro punishes Cordoba, victimizing him with a perfectly delivered sweet as a nut corner onto the big bounce of Cassetti. And it's a cracking punching header. Well met. Ooh, it's not Cassetti, I don't think.
It's Panucci, it looked like.
Pizarro,
yep. Panucci.
Cassetti wanted it. Panucci gets in ahead of him. He provided that wonderful goal for Mancini. And now the provider turns the executioner 5-1.
So second off of a corner kick. Beautiful service from Pizarro. I just said we wanted to see more from him. He wins the corner.
Well, it was that lovely give and go as well, Phil, wasn't it? Inside the box from Pizarro that set that little bit of tangle and that bit of argy-bargy with Cordoba, who got victimized by the referee. Remember, Cordoba was crying that his shirt was getting pulled back. Good ball!
Crespo! Just like that.
From Patrick Vieira, he said he's going to be a difference maker. As Patrick arrived on the stage too late. Well, he didn't arrive too late with this one. It's a beautiful ball delivered for Hernan Crespo, who could not miss this one. It's perfection from Big Patrick. Look at that beautiful ball. Just needs to arrow it down again and makes him 2 goals. And I beg your pardon, I don't think that is Vieira. I think it was Maicon. Lovely attack down that side. A hell of a ball.
So just as soon as they switch the scoreboard to 5-1, they've had to change it again.
Yeah, here's another difference maker. You talk about magic in the boots. he can provide total diamonds out of it. A brilliant skill and a perfect sort of substitution for me. Adriano has played well, he's tried his heart out, but I think Mancini recognises they need a different dimension, Phil. They need that real X factor, and he's got it in abundance.
Still think he could be maybe not a 90-minute player, but a good 70 from the start. And in many ways he has been wasted at Inter Milan. But Mancini realizes what a weapon he has, and he's not going to let it go cheap. Maicon going at Cassetti again. This time no foul called, advantage. Oh.
Great ball.
Top of the box. But Maicon did not follow through. One back by Crespo. Vieira. Recola. Cross with his right. And Panucci will chest it up. I think everyone almost fainted when they saw Recoba swing that in with the right. Ball lofted long. Cordoba and Materazzi catching Totti offside. Play on. Good refereeing. Stankovic very quiet. Vieira playing wide.
Yeah.
Almost the entirety of this game since he has stepped onto the pitch. Here's Zanetti. So basically a straight swap. Now off to the corner for Maxwell. One touch from Zanetti. Just cleared away, and now a foul as Peralta tangled.
Amazing Totti, the type of performance he's put in this season. Remember, he's still playing with 4 screws in that ankle, man.
Materazzi knows which one too.
Got his magnet out.
Mancini.
Nicely.
Peralta, Mancini.
Beautiful.
Mancini just couldn't bend it in.
Such an entertaining footballing team, Spalletti's boys, aren't they? A lovely give and go here.
When they are on, they might be the most entertaining team on the planet. Even more than Barcelona. Pizarro. Cleared. Materazzi. Again, when you're 12 feet tall, it's kind of hard to get it over you. Brought down by Totti.
Great skill. Oh, strength as well.
Tries to fight it through, but can't. And a good spin by Zanetti. Vieira.
By Patrick.
Pushing it forward for Chino.
Wants it back.
Recoba looking the other way.
Just gets lost under his feet. Recoba saying, I saw you, Patrick.
Back for Maicon. He set up Vieira on the Crespo for the second. Tried to do it again.
Oh, nice ball.
Mancini's onside.
Got anybody in support?
Tries to go through Dakor, but can't. Keeps his feet. But pass right to the middle.
Oliver Dakor cleaning him out there fairly.
Zanetti looked right, passes left, and Crespo has some space. He had some. Play on, and now into touch. I don't think he was going to call a foul. He still hasn't signaled. The eye welcoming him back up. He got the ball, but remember, it was earlier this game that similar tackle got a dangerous play because the studs were showing. So a little inconsistency from Saccani, but Roma does the sporting thing, easy to do when you have a 3-goal advantage in the second half. And now Inter Milan pushing in again. Again, total goals and the tiebreaker away goals. And there would be extra time and penalties if that ends all even. Stankovic against Pizarro. Not been a good game for Deja. Nice work as Dakor and Vieira showing some teamwork. bodied off the ball, but play on, says Sakani.
Going down, Patrick trying to buy one once the ball got out of his control and distance.
He's been known to do that at times. Throw in for Inter. You can start to sense this game tilting back towards the Scudetti champs.
But it's been the penetration that's been the separation of these two clubs, Phil. Roma just being able to pierce Inter's defence at will, and you cannot say the same the other way.
Maxwell.
Two really isolated sorts of penetrating attacks for Inter that have provided the goals.
Nice from Zanetti.
Nothing.
Just got away. If he'd been able to keep that last touch close. Mancini's still not giving up. Basically, even with games left in Serie A, this is the last game of their season. Last hardware to win. Coming up next week at the Giuseppe Meazza. They'll be the home team in the second leg. Maxwell.
No.
Well defended. Panucci. Tadai. Panucci. Vieira challenges. And he wins it back. Panucci jumps in front. And which way will the foul go? There won't be, just out for the corner.
Such was the expectations for his team this year that just winning the Scudetto really won't be enough. They really need to get the double to really probably satisfy their faithful.
Crespo came back from an offside position though.
Will be the 8th time Inter Milan have won the Italian Cup if indeed they can pull back his team in the second leg. This is the 15th time Roma have been in the cup final.
Meanwhile, Inter looking for its 6th. Their first 3 way back in 1939 when a guy named Giuseppe Meazza was still wearing the uniform rather than the stadium wearing his name. Nice switch to Totti against Materazzi. Oh, and what a stop by Toldo.
That would have been one of his favourite goals of all time, let me tell you. He picks this one up. The steady is absolutely immaculate. It's like glue on his feet. He knows where that post is. It takes a merest deflection off Materazzi.
But again, they're going right back at the Matrix. Number 5 unofficially from the corner flag. Sloppy play, however, from Perotta. Second cup took 40 years, 1978. And in 1982, that Altobelli and Prohaska side, along with Baresi and Bergami along the back, lifted their 3rd trophy. Took them 17 years to win it again. And then they did it again. And now they're trying to do it again, looking for their 3rd straight. Toldo stops this one. 8 saves for Toldo. And he's given up 5 goals. (11-5) in shots that have been on target. Recoba. Haven't had a free kick since he came on, so he tries to do something from play. And that's one of the things that frustrates Mancini. And again, when you watch so much of the action from the bench, you want to do something when you're out there. Recoba would be the player I'd love to see with a DP next to his name in MLS. But he's still got a lot that he can do and earn in Europe, should he wish. Materazzi, good ball for Maxwell, who's playing almost as a left wing right now. De Rossi. Sloppy pass from Recoba, as he didn't put enough on it. And now a tackle in midfield by Patrick.
Clean.
Perotti down again. Stolen back by Tadai. They'll let it run. And now another substitution. It's going to be Maxwell coming out. A little bit of a surprise. But when you can stick in Grosso, the man who helped Italy win the cup. Yeah, and just looking at the benches, it's amazing. Tadai. And the numbers seem to be favoring Inter right now. Good chance for Dacor. Just got caught under Crespo. And now, with the core out of position, Cordoba goes in strong. Both cards are out. It will be the yellow. Good play by Cordoba, though.
Yeah, illegal, but you're right. It was correct thing to do. Colombian stepping in there. Human roadblock. As he was in.
Bonucci, soft chip. Tadai. Again, it's Mancini on the right side. Maxwell. Vieira, Maxwell. Inter starting to find its form. Simone Perotta, the handball. Just over 21 minutes left for Inter to whittle away at this lead until next week. Blasted off Panucci, and Grosso earns a corner. Service towards the spot. Cleared away by Perotta. Recoba into Tadai. Ball flipped in by Stankovic, but stolen. Totti got greedy. Kivu clears. Cordoba. Vieira. Grosso. Recoba. Over through Dacor. Stankovic again. Left foot. Grosso. Through two. Tumbles to the feet, but play on as Panucci clears. 70th minute winding to a close on the give and go. Vieira gave up after he passed it and had to try and find the start switch again and could not do so. A little bit of help, and again, Doni with the gloves. Can't quite tie the laces, so De Rossi does it for him. It's one of those jobs you give to the youngest player on the pitch. Get the water bottle, get my towel. Well, here's Doni. He has to realize these last 20 minutes are going to be difficult. Materazzi.
So much at stake for Spalletti's team, Phil, in this Italian Cup final. They've had a spectacular year. Nobody ever really thought they were going to be able to or capable of catching Internazionale. So this is their real claim to fame for this season. And Spalletti saying, my men deserve this Cup final.
Totti could hear the footsteps and got rid of it quickly. Here's Tadai. For Perotta.
Oh, he's in.
Tadai gets it back. Mancini takes it and misses by inches.
Great play by Tadai. Lovely wriggling football by the Brazilian. Spalletti Very close. Here you see. Great steady by Tadai. Mancini takes over. Whisker away.
With a 3-goal lead, and he's sweating every pass. Vieira takes it right off Pizarro.
Great ball.
Recoba. Chino blasts it. Took a little long, though, and now here comes Roma. Tadai. Totti still chugging along. Mancini again.
Great ball by Totti.
Goes to his right and comes back out, takes the hit from Decor.
Been linking up nicely with Totti, hasn't he? All game long. One goal to show for it.
Francesco Toldo, 8 saves, and he's given up 5. Mihailovic probably wishes he was still out there. So does Mancini right now. Blasted up and over. And you can see when Roma starts to get tired, this is the type of team that can give up the 7 that Manchester United hung on them. And you can see things are starting to slip, so Spalletti.
Exactly. Spalletti recognises they've put so much into this game, the Giallorossi, and those beautiful blood red shirts. And I tell you, Spalletti recognises that there's still some defensive duties to be done. Since Chino has got in, Phil, he's been very, very poor. Very unusual, but he's that type of player, Recoba, that he needs to get that brilliant first touch and that beautiful little bit of creativity with his first early goings, and then he really comes to life. But he's been really very dull out there in his touch and in his execution of his passes.
Grosso trying to steal it from today and does.
See,
looks like it might be Aquilani who's warming up.
Be a good sub. Tremendous young player, Aquilani. It's a great ball. That's exactly what Chino needed.
Ball over for Stankovic, out to the flank for Maicon. Crossed in, and a diving header from Ferrari clears. Cassetti, poor clearance. Tadai comes back. Panucci. Tadai again. Totti. Look how high up Materazzi is. Everywhere Totti goes, Materazzi is sure to follow. So a smart play, guy that can drop back to the midfield, but might be the speediest forward out there. And is it Totti coming out? No, it's Pizarro. So even more to the attack. Pizarro gave up the ball for Crespo's first goal, but then from the flag, after winning the corner kick, set up Panucci for the 5th, and it looks like it could be 2. And Pizarro's not coming off yet.
Yeah, there's a mix-up with the actual paperwork here. I think they've put the wrong number down.
So it's Tadai who's coming out. 11 for 7. So
good youngster coming in for a tremendous performance by Tadai. Super involved right from the first whistle. He set the tone for Spalletti.
First 15 minutes, without a doubt, best player on the pitch.
Surely.
If we give Christian Brighi, the 4th official, a few more moments, he might actually get it right. But everyone at home knows what happened. It's Tadai out and Aquilani in. So that'll take some pressure off of Totti up front, as there'll be someone else to draw the attention. But I have a feeling Materazzi is going to be keeping an eye on him. Mancini to the middle. Pizarro still there. Good chance here. Panucci.
Nice first touch by Aquilani.
Chested
and again,
up. Spiked into the middle. Top of the box for Totti. That would have been the goal of the year.
Superlative by Aquilani. What a lovely first touch to start this move. He gets it returned into his chest. Performs the acrobatics over his head. Nice early involvement by the sub.
Ball slips away and Grosso regroups. Fans starting to revel in this 3-goal lead, but things can change quickly as Inter will get the home leg. Here's Totti, Materazzi again. Totti keeps it in.
Well, when it does go back to Milan, Phil, remember just there a few weeks ago, Roma turned them over on their home turf 3-1 in a memorable game. The only team to beat Inter Milan in the domestic league this year. So Inter know they've got a good hard team coming into town next week. But as you say, Phil, they've got the talent and the ability to get this game back to levels in Milan, but it'll take a hell of an effort.
Recoba! Donny with a superhuman effort.
Brilliant by Chino. Quick feet, and what a snapshot to test Donny. Lovely save. Incredible disguise here. Crackerjack shot.
He had De Rossi and Ferrari jumping to his left foot, and he brings it to the right.
It's a quick hesitation that was more impressive than anything by Gino Recoba.
Looking for Maicon and Vieira. It looks like Cordoba took a knock to the noggin. Remember, Donny playing with that injured shoulder, and that's really the first time anyone has tested him since he went down. Yellow card as Totti tripped up.
Dacor catching Totti on the turn.
I think that's Dacor's second. Unless Maicon got one in the first half and I missed it, but I think that's his second. And I think Sakani just realized, no.
Well, the home edge certainly went Roma's way here today in an emphatic way so far. Still some lovely football to be played. As you said, the pendulum will swing for Inter's home field advantage next week. Can it be any more impressive than what this team in the red has? Clever. Brilliant.
Ball in front for Recoba.
Lining up to get an extra stab at him.
And another yellow card, this one against Vieira. I think it was Maicon who got that first half yellow on the tackle on Perota.
That's really bad.
Again, Vieira, it's probably the last 4 or 5 years he's been that half step too late, but he has not shied away from the physical play. 4 yellows to 1. Given away. Aquilani out here on the flank. Good job of holding on to possession. Launched long and cleared away. Good look at Mr. Moratti. And think about it. Last year he said he wanted to get out of everything with all of the problems that Inter was having. This year, they're winning almost everything in front of them.
Well, the one that they were expected to win, Phil, is this competition, the Cup. claimed it the last 2 years under Marathi's gaze. He wanted the hat-trick. He wanted these boys to be immortalised. As I said earlier, no team's ever put 3 together on the trot. And Inter Milan, you've got a big challenge in order to achieve that next week.
Long, Kivu dropping back, but it's cleared away.
It's a tall order.
Maicon again. Rolls it in for Stankovic. Cleared by De Rossi, but not far enough. Zanetti. Grosso tripped up by Aquilani.
It's a little bit more movement up front between Crespo.
Recoba bending it. There was a slip at the back as the long-legged Materazzi lost his footing. Cleared long upfield and regathered by Zanetti. Stankovic. Doni comes out. Just about 6 minutes left. Kivu. Nice touch, Totti. Mancini. Here comes Stankovic with space. Aquilani dropping back to the center. Mancini. Good chance. Although Pizarro takes a hit.
Obviously just a cramp here. Spalletti's going to have to get his boy out. Yep.
See Max Cornetto. Pizarro was limping to the side. So that is it for Spalletti today. Pizarro coming out. Cornetto more of a defender. Can play on the left. So what this might actually end up doing is push Cassetti to the midfield as Cornetto will go back to the left back position that Inter had been attacking since Meshes was pulled. D'accord dances around Aquilani. Foul called.
It remains to be seen how bad that injury is on Philippe Meshes, because that is a big aircraft missing for the return leg. If that is indeed the case, maybe Spalletti was just being cautious and putting him in cotton wool for next week. We will see.
Recoba wants some movement. Blasted long, drops to the spot. Cleared away by Chivu. Kept in play. Volleyed up and over the bar from Decor. Another thing is, again, like I said earlier, when Donny went down and sprained his shoulder, only one shot on goal, and that was right to him. And the inability of Inter Milan to test the ailing keeper, well, at least till now. Stankovic to Vieira. Look at the numbers back for Roma. And again, he doesn't have to move or lift his arms.
Bad day at the office for him and the boys from Internazionale. No way you can disguise it. We're put to bed early in the first half. Never matched Roma's spirit and drive, it has to be said. Inter Milan will be a completely different animal when they head back next week. The faithful can expect a really Braveheart performance. But it was these boys in Mancini's colours the day that were the Braveheart performers. Impressive football, impressive scoreline, deserved.
Blasted, Toldo back, can't stop it, and the follow-through from Panucci, the magic 6, and Roma stretches it to 4.
How it's a blast, I believe, by Totti. Too hot to handle by the keeper. You can say it's dodgy goalkeeping because he should have punched that away with a lot more venom, and it drops invitingly to Panucci. Gift from the heaven there. Well, a gift from Toldo. Swerves a little bit, but he lays it right out in front of Panucci.
It looked as though Toldo thought if he would have closed his fists and punched it, he would have missed it. The ball was swerving that much. But this is a gift.
No question. It's exactly what he wanted. Aye, aye.
Fun team to watch, isn't it? We talked earlier about Tadai, but start to finish, Panucci might be the man of the match. Set up 1, scored 2. A couple of other good chances early on. Some solid defense to slow down Crespo.
For me, this is the man of the match. Totti. Wonderful performance from the skipper. Led by example. He started the floodgates open, and they're still open. Look out.
On the volley, it's loose. Is it a handball? Cassetti says yes, but Saccani says no. Well, they had a 7 spot hung on him just a month ago. I guarantee you Roma is not giving up. They're thinking about putting 7 on Inter, and they'll have 3 more minutes to do it. This is not the only cup action on Goal TV. Later today, 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 noon Pacific, Sevilla against Deportivo La Coruña in the Copa del Rey final. And tomorrow, Getafe against Barcelona. The semifinals continue in Spain.
Now, they're fabulous teams lining up on our wonderful channel. But I tell you what, Phil, this was a classic of its own sorts. And it's classic not just because of the scoreline, forget that, but the ambition and the inventiveness of this wonderful Giallorossi team. They absolutely outstripped Inter Milan from the very first whistle, and they built on it so impressively. Sometimes you really do, you just got to hold your hand up, and he ain't going to do it. Materazzi, the demon that he is, he's not going to say best team won, but I think when he puts his head down on his weary pillow tonight, you really got to tip your hat off to these boys.
4 goals is a lot to make up. Long blast wide of the target, and a sigh of relief from Toldo. Well, the other Rome side will be going to the Giuseppe Meazza this weekend, and we've got it Sunday at 9 o'clock Eastern as Lazio will look to follow suit.
Ibrahimovic, of course, out for the full season. He won't be able to play next week either. It's all over for Big Ibra. He has been a miss here today. He was probably arguably the best player for Inter Milan all season. Still enough class horses in Mancini's stable.
And a yellow card against Roma. Quickly taken, but Doni's there. I think they're going to have a re-kick. In case you missed it, the first quarter hour was breathtaking with the display of football that Roma put on the table, but Inter showed its class to fight back. Just on this day, Roma the better team. 3 goals in the first 16 minutes. It's 6-2 in the final seconds. Recoba realizes this play, if it leads to a goal, might be enough to keep the cup in Inter's hands. Blasts up and over, and that might be the ticket out of Inter Milan. Materazzi saying he got pushed. He could have gotten launched in the air and he still wouldn't have gotten to the end of that Recoba free kick. Six to 2, and it is over. Panucci putting a capper on a thriller for Roma.